Hello everyone and welcome back to the next episode of Airport CEO, where we're building a new airport alongside an existing airport, which is going interestingly, and one of the main things is we've not got that much money left, but hopefully in this episode we can start accepting flights to the new airport. I have also ramped up some of the fees like very recently, so hopefully we should now start making a little bit more money to be able to finalise all of this. So eventually I would like to have an upstairs floor where people board planes from jetways. At this point we don't really have that much money, so we might just have to make do with people just having to go in from ground level. So how are we doing? So doing kind of escalators as the last thing. Let's just kind of wall off all of this. There we go, and then we've got a couple of these elevators or lifts or whatever you want to call them. So for now, this is just what we're going to do. We're going to bring them up to the floor above, and then they can... That's just how it's going to work. Oh yeah, this is even more... Oh well, let's just bring all of the... Make it mega walled. Just a bit weird, but... Oh yeah, and then... We will spend the money on lifts, mirroring the ones on the other side. And then... Now we're doing that, get some travel aids, and remembering that this is only going in one direction, so if we were to just get a travelator there, and then we probably want, or walkalator, sorry, because we're not doing brands or trademarks. Probably spending money we don't need to spend right now, but I think we are just about back into making profit, other than what we just spend in construction. So that is all good. And yeah, so that's that bit. They then get over to here, and for now this is temporary, so I'm not going to bother to make it neat or anything. So we get onto the plane from this side. Remember, these are large planes, so we've got a lot of people getting on. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hope that'll be enough. Quite frankly, we kind of need to be getting some of this open. So these are not cheap, these automated boarding gates. So we can probably only get a couple of stands set up before we run out of money, quite frankly. So that's 3 of them. Right, so next up we need service infrastructure. There's quite a bit of it we can actually do down here. So we actually need a way for them to get through here, so we might actually have to go back and delete. Maybe this one we'll use as an entry, and maybe eventually this one, so we'll replace them with crossings once everything is deleted. So yeah, let's just wait for that. We're now waiting for one more bit, there we go, to be deleted. We can do that bit. And we can do that bit once. A couple of them just standing around there, and then we're waiting for other ones to come to delete. Sometimes the contract system in this game is just a bit weird, but anyway, they're coming over now. One more, there we go. So then we can get a crossing in. We'll just leave that there for now. But this one, we can get it here, the checkpoint in here. And then, oh yeah, this is going to complain. Oh, and we're about to go down into the car park on the other level. Really? Oh, that's going upwards. Tunnel down. We were to just go like there. That's fine for now. It might be a bit of a snaking road, but quite frankly, if we were to go about here, go down, do this, we'd run out of money, but see how this is going to go. And quite frankly, we could even look at connecting up the service roads around here. Wouldn't be cheap, but there is an advantage in being able to essentially make the airports interoperable. Same thing could be done with trying to give them a way to get between the two floors here, like there. And basically share transportation structures, which would essentially enable us to have the two airports running simultaneously, kind of connected. What's our money? We don't seem to have much of it. Should we take a loan? Given I think we're pretty close to being able to get open again. What I just want to do is basically connect up every bit of infrastructure, even if we're going to have to delete stuff again fairly soon. Mainly just so we can kind of actually open this up while still having this open to generate more money. So where's a good area? So it's kind of here. If we just went like here for a building, and we then put a doorway here, put a doorway. So actually we could actually do it centered there and then just get the footpath round. But yeah, and then we could do some cool stuff like escalators here. And even some of these elevators. So let's just do one in the corner there. What that's essentially going to do for us is going to enable us to connect people and all our services up between the two. Still two separate secure zones, but as soon as that's built, we can then also start opening up all of this stuff. Have it being used. Which is going to start adding operational costs, and maybe we don't turn any of this on now, maybe we just rely on what they've got down here, which includes an awful lot of these. I don't know how much the operating cost is, but maybe that's not the best. So, more of our loan money, we could also get another one of these set up. And then the other thing we'll need is just a few more vehicles, particularly for the large aircraft. And the main one we'll need is these large Dominator pushback trucks. We might also get a few more stair trucks, because why not? And hopefully we're fine on the rest. Yeah, this will stop complaining once. And so will this, once this road is built. This road is kind of the final things. Now this is open. We're walking around here and I'm trying to work out what they're actually aiming to go to. Is anything open around here? Oh, the staff rooms, yes. Right, we can start doing stuff like signing contracts. But opening these, we can sign some contracts for these. Because they can get here now. We'll do like the really low stars ones for now. Just 'cause I'd rather just get them going rather than... Also, they won't take a lot of the higher starred ones. And they won't go for long without going, contract's not working right. With this close to being able to open these, shall we? So these two runways, if we make it, that one's arrival only, that can turn on, that one's departure only. then we can only have one ramp. Right. We haven't actually got the taxiways connected up, but that doesn't matter, because they will just not use the other runways, basically. So, it's fine. Right, we can get these connected up. We're kind of gearing up to being able to... How did that suddenly connect? We're kind of gearing up to suddenly open everything. So, these 4 stands are connected up. So can we actually fit in an emergency aircraft that, by the way, really should be at the top of this list? Oh, is that a large plane? Yeah, that's a large plane. Yeah, we can actually fit it in by just randomly opening up one of these stands. Oh, hang on. There we go, that'll do. Now, this stand isn't really going to be... No, it is connected to a security... it's security checkpoints that aren't on. These are going to be staff only, the small ones. But yeah, let's turn on one... Try turning on one of these. See if that can work. But wait for the staff. Yeah, loads of people running around. Oh, they're going to all the shops. That's kind of weird. Oh, security staff are now arriving here. Hopefully we've got enough to actually... Yeah, so that's the emergency flight, which is ironically the first. What's the emergency again? Airport police car assistance. Yeah, can it get that? Yeah, we do have it. Right, good. Yeah, that can work. Right, we turned these on. We can get out of here, okay. Should we start essentially turning on more of these, maybe? This is going to get a bit weird. Okay, right, and then can maybe open up 2 of these to help people get to the airport. These we need to awkwardly turn on without a baggage bay connection to make the self-check-in stands work. They might then weirdly start kind of sharing check-in desks, but you know what, that's not the biggest of our worries. Now looks busy in here. Okay. I think the flight running later. Large aircraft center. Oh, that's just... that's the emergency flight. Oh, it's taking a bit longer. Oh no. Like, I think they just have to sort out whatever's wrong. Right. Not sure why these are not. Turn on right, and then... Let's just turn on this row here, other than those 2 that shouldn't want to. There we go. Okay, it's been... Emergency's been handled. Right, a couple more of these switched on. We will now start accepting flights here. Got the vehicles, hopefully. And then slowly we can start turning off and removing bits of the other airport. And expanding this, a bit of this airport, as we're calling it, it's the new airport. Yeah. By opening all the transport structures on this one, we are going to start having a lot more people coming in here. Which also gives us the opportunity to start closing the transport structures on the other one. Although we still have to maintain access. Yeah. People are parking up here. We just want the car stops. Hopefully we don't cause too many traffic jams here. Just hope that everything's, you know, set up well. Right, let's everything open up here, right. So down here, we arguably don't actually need, well, we still actually do need the K-train connection. We got any flights here yet? We've got people here. So just get it all set up to a point where it's working on this side, and then essentially we're going to rebuild a load of stuff here once we've got the money to push it all upstairs, and probably actually give them proper amenities at that point. I mean, people do want seats. We'll just chuck in a few seats. So that's our first large plane. Oh, what do they need? They've got a load more stair trucks. Maybe it's a bit of an issue with the vehicle depots being madly far away. Yeah, here come all the vehicles now. Should we place some vehicle depots instantly once they get underground here? There we go. I love how we just got loads of wall here. But yeah, you can see them. Not actually using the travelators as much as I'd expect. Or the walker-lator, sorry. Right. Let's get some seats in. This will be pretty kind of poor. I'm not putting any nice plants in. I'm not spacing them out nicely. Just want to get some in. Right, there we go. 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 Seats, seats, seats. There we go. Right, let's start getting these ones on. Connector there. It's operational now. Right. Got loads of vehicles all running around. You've got loads of people. Got seats they can now sit in. Not that they're using them now because all the planes are boarding. I missed a couple there. Right, turn that on. Oops. And then there's one more here. Once again, missed a couple of these. There we go. All of them are on. They now have seats they can sit on. All the planes are able to be serviced. I don't think these taxiways have any directions on them, but I don't notice it causing any issues here. Oh my gosh, we have traffic jams. Right, so down here we might start just basically deleting a load of not that. From here, deleting a load of stuff. Still has to be in, that can all disappear. Right, so that's the way in. It's actually like loads of these that I kind of could do with getting deleted. And here. So just basically clawing back some money, reducing expenses. You know what, if you're not making enough money to stay open, you can just shut. And you can be deleted. These are still running, so let's let them still run. Let's turn off a couple of these. Actually, you know what I'm also going to do is I'm going to say goodbye to some of these stands now. Is that plane coming into that one? That one can be turned off. And deleted. That one can be turned off and deleted. Or bulldoze even. And essentially, we will just start getting rid of that, but slowly. I feel like this is going well though. It's all running fine here. Yeah, security queues. So that's why I turned off a couple of the security checkpoints over there. It's got a lot of passengers now, and we should be providing them amenities. We have actually got this floor, haven't we, which we could do a lot with. We're kind of awaiting staff for all of those. Should we hire some more security staff? That might be an idea. Hire the green ones, but we'll train them later, but I can't be bothered to do that right now. Particularly as training costs money. There we go, another security staff. So whatever, yeah. Because we've still got 100% passenger loading. And yeah, we've now got 8 large stands. I'm hoping this will be enough for all of the stands, but I expect it will be, particularly as at some point we will have to reduce the passenger loading on flights from 100%, just because the game will start lagging like mad. Right, we've got all the security stations we set to be open are now staffed. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side, so hopefully we can get them through, but could open up another one on each side. Does it think? Does it have enough staff? Just about. It thinks it has enough staff. Okay, we are slowly maybe clearing some queues. There we go. So we're all funneling down there. Right. We have planes here. They're all doing their thing. You know what? We might have actually started a functional airport here. Okay. I kind of got distracted by all of this, so at some point I should pay attention to these stands and turn them off when all the planes have gone. That one is just awaiting boarding, so is that one. It's got a little bit more, that one's only just arrived. But yeah, as we start clearing this away, we can then look at how we're actually going to set this up properly, right? These traffic jams we might need to have a go at solving. So the problem is when you put 4 entrances, you would hope that they would all kind of just go to the nearest one, but they don't. They all just go in circles around all of them. So annoying. Oh my gosh, a stream of people just walking across here. Okay. Well, that plane's gone. We can get rid of it now. Which will bring us some money back, so I'm actually going to pay back the loan now. Wasn't even that much. There we are. Plane gone. That flight's gone, meanwhile. So, this one's gone. I'm going to delete this one, because then that one's going to have issues. Is this one, when's this one due out? Yeah, we might have to just dismiss it, because I think it seems a bit stuck. Yeah, and then there's the next one which is trying to come in as well. Yeah, so that one's trying to come in. And we're going to immediately turn it around. Go, bye. So it's not going to make the passengers happy, but it allows us to just get on with demolishing all of this, basically. We can demolish actually this bit of taxiway, can't we? We're not going to make the markings neater, because there's no point. We're going to delete it all at some point. But we are going to get rid of everything till where these come in, which is like that much, maybe a bit more. Let's go up to there. And let's just get the classic delete too. Make sure it deletes all of this. This is all going to get deleted anyway, isn't it? Right. So that's part of that going already. Just get rid of all the car parks down here now. Just have the path going round to the entrance. That'll be it. There we go, and then the road will have to keep going round, but so one person stuck here. I don't know. Let's cancel the contracts on these. Let's delete them. Cancel the contract. Delete. And then physically delete this space. So there are still a few flights going from this bit, but we're severely limiting it. But yeah, no, this is all a bit of chaos. I don't want to impose a one-way system because that's not going to solve it. Yeah, meanwhile, we've got our large flights here. Medium's delayed, large is delayed. Yeah, we might be having issues with the services. We got enough vehicles, we got enough staff. Probably. This, we're gonna cancel the contract, delete the room. We're just going off these now, but quite frankly, I think we're going to be making enough money. Let's start closing these. Right, all the planes are pulling away, so quickly delete everything. I know that one we can't get rid of right now. Can still, I think, use the roads to get around. And we'll slowly get rid of all the taxiways here. All the services will be moved over to this side wherever we may put them. That's departing it. We can now get rid of this. Right. This is the end of all this stuff. What we'll do is go get rid of all the stands on this one. And then I'll slowly delete everything backwards. Basically to try to minimise the number of people who get stuck. We can do stuff like starting to close these. Like, it's not going to make an impact. This is going to be closed now. I'm going to delete the room. It's going to cause all the staff to leave slowly, and then we're going to impose the bulldozer on all of it. So this is like the last stand. When's the... Yeah, so this is quite possibly the last flight to ever leave from the old setup. Much sure it's kind of not the old setup, given we've changed it so much, but... Get rid of all of that. Leave it to one security checkpoint open. Because then we can also help make sure these have enough. Right. What's the flight doing? Boarding is completed. We're pushing back. The flight's pretty much on time, which is good. We're now going to close that. Demolish. Right, these we need to turn off, delete the room. I want to clear all people from this side of the airport, which we are about to do. As they now go down there. We can then delete this. So there are now no more people here other than contracts as well. They don't really count, so they don't get stuck. I'm not sure what you're really going to gain by going through there. Right, we're going to turn this off. We might still get a few people stuck. Right, we can then make sure all of these are switched off. Hope they're going for the ones upstairs, which are better located for the stands we have. Right, so a couple of people stuck. Gonna de-zone everything. There we go. Start demolishing everything. There we go. And then we'll remove need to use this. Eventually, so we'll delete that. That'll be one of the last things we delete. We can. Okay, so this will have to get rid of our catering for now. We are still making money off deleting, that's fine, because we've got enough money from deleting stuff to stay afloat, right. Catering is now disabled, which will allow for demolition of these. Essentially, just getting rid of all remnants of the road in. Okay, that's now going to get deleted. This road entrance is going to get deleted. There we go. So, that's that. Is anyone using this anymore? No, I don't think they are. Right. Get rid of all of this now. Rid of the path up to here. That's about it, really. And then start deleting the runway or runways. Just a great switch. Rid of all the bits of taxiway. We might need to maintain some of the road connections. It doesn't want to get demolished. There we go, and then from there up to there, there up to there. So they still just go down there basically. Into all of this and get deleted. Taxiway here gets deleted. This I guess gets deleted. And that pretty much, other than these which are still going to sit here for now, pretty much deletes what's left of the old airport. Let's get rid of some of these vehicle depots. It's going to cause the vehicle to panic, but it goes up, no it goes down, in fact. Mark it all as about to delete, right. Oh yeah, right, we'll get some more vehicle depots over here where the planes actually are. Yeah, we'll just get a long line of these. I mean, those aren't full anyway, but they will be soon. So yeah, it's just the stuff over here we are yet to delete. We're on the road here. Yeah, some vehicles might get a bit... These are just trailers, they aren't even vehicles, oh my god. Right, we've still got traffic jams here. There's no stair truck. Hopefully stair trucks will arrive. Yeah, vehicles are just in a bit of a moving state at the moment. How's security doing? Security's busy. My hope is that we might have enough staff to open all of these now, but I'm worried because this is not nearly as many stands as we're going to get. We're going to get loads more stands, and at that point may or may not have enough, right, may or may not have enough security officers right now, but I'm going to keep hiring. Oh no, they have, right. We've still got these kind of small staff checkpoints. Up here. And down here. So, these can now be opened as well. Let's hope we've got enough security staff for those. We can keep hiring. Yeah, all the vehicles here, oh my gosh. It's a bit crazy. Yeah. These do still have spaces available, right? We have massive crowds of people, none of whom want to use these. It's weird. Okay, they are on this way. They do this weird thing where they step off diagonally and then back on. Now we got staff going the wrong way. What I might do is do a bit of an opening here, which is going to be a staff zone. Do a few of these where we basically just put a gap in the wall so staff can go a direct route, meanwhile separating out passengers. So yeah, I can see loads of staff going down this way mainly because that's the only way they can go. Right, we await the contractors for this one. Meanwhile we're going to do the same thing here. Just going to put a little... Why am I doing that? I could just build a door. And then stop them deleting that. Just build a door, and then that will be so much easier. Stop them deleting that. Door. And then we've got staff zone here. And we put staff zone here. And they can get through. Still walking down. Although they are crossing over here. They're also doing some questionable things with that. A lot of passengers anyway, but everything seems to be going fine. Making, oh my, plenty of money. Even outside of deleting loads of stuff here. It's mostly gone now though. The remnants will soon be destroyed and we will soon be left with just this new airport. So on that note, thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next episode for expansions and probably kind of moving these again to a more convenient location, you know, getting baggage and stuff, but then more expansions. So yeah, still a lot more to do to set this new airport up properly, and then once we fully built it, that's probably the end of the series, because I'm not sure what else you do. Other than keep rebuilding it, of course, but I'm not sure we will. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.